Teutonic Order has invaded Russia and is now the Great Walls of Novgorod, here to destroy this great principality and bring about Catholic rule to this eastern frontier. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with a glorious 4v4 siege battle for you today on a very snowy map here. I guess this is supposed to be very Russia-esque. And yes, we have 4 Teutonic Order armies here, crusading far east of what they are used to, and they are here facing off against the Russians, who are being represented by the Grand Duchy of Kiev. So we do have 4 Kievian Rus armies here, which they're kind of like, you know, sort of Russian, sort of not, but you know, very, very cool faction, that is for sure. And yeah, I'm expecting a very, very exciting 1212 AD siege for you today. If you are a fan of 1212 AD and would like to see some more of these glorious medieval battles, I've got a few more that I've definitely got lined up. And then definitely do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel as we work towards 10k subs. You can see some Brabazonian cavalry already getting shot at. Looks like just by some Cuman horse archers that are mercenaries here, serving with the Kievian forces. But yes, it's all tier 1, so it's all early period, which is kind of makes sense as well. Teutonic Order, you know, the height of their powers probably like sort of like the 13th century, which is when like these units are supposed to be set from. I guess maybe like 14th as well, you know, kind of still doing things, still fighting the Lithuanians. But yeah, probably the height of their powers is probably like the early period, to be honest, when the heavy knights that they have just kind of mow down like all opposition. And it looks like actually we've already had a little bit of a fight over here. We had some Brabazonian, I'm not even going to try and say that word, something like that. Probably butchered that name, but they got charged by Cav over here. It looks like Berendi Lancers, medium shock Cav, kind of struggled there. And they're facing off against some mounted sergeants. And yeah, 2 lots of mounted sergeants. And then it looks like they are trying to just sort of like harass away. Here we go, Cav though, now engaging. Perhaps only Cav is only light Cav though. It's taking a lot of Cav here. Here we go, here comes a lot more heavy hitting stuff like the Grandmaster's bodyguard going in there. And he's going to go slamming to the side with his Ritterbruder. I don't know if there is much Ritterbruder in this battle. Actually, I've seen a lot of lights and mediums, but not many heavy knights. So we've got spears as well, full-necked spears that will be coming up to support that fight there. I would have thought that, yeah, get this other cav across here, this Sarian Bruder. And have we got any? I don't think we have any Ritterbruder. I think maybe the only cav, like heavy cav, is probably the generals for the Teutonics, which is kind of surprising. Like their heavy cav is kind of what they're renowned for. And maybe the long campaigns in the east have kind of, you know, depleted the ranks of Ritterbruder. I don't know. Make up some sort of weird fantasy. But obviously, this isn't a historical battle. I just like to also disclose the Teutonic Order never got to the walls of Novgorod. They did try and campaign against Novgorod, but Alexander Nevsky beat them back several times. And then after that, they never really tried again. Did the Teutonic and the Livonian Order. Kind of kept to their lands, trying to deal with the Lithuanians. But yeah, it looks like this Sarian Bruder in one way is actually dying off. Look at that, yeah, Sina Drazina, they have heavy cap themselves. Seems a bit bizarre. Oh, here we go. I think this might be the Ritterbruder on the way. I don't know why it's taking, yeah, this is Ritterbruder. I don't know why it's taking such a long journey. I guess it's maybe just trying to cut off any sort of escape back up that ramp. But yeah, because it's arrived, I get a little late. It just means that some units of cav are certainly suffering here. For the Teutonics, certainly the Brabazonians, and the Sarian Bruder here. They're kind of dying. Yeah, the Rear Bruder is now like arriving last minute. It's going to, I guess, help mop up what remains, like the Sina Drazina here. But it looks like, to be honest, this player who was playing as this Teutonic army has done quite a good job. Obviously, he's relied on his allies as well for cav support, but he's done a pretty decent job. They've done a very decent job. There you go. Berendi Lancers getting charged in the back by General. That should deal with them. Yeah, look at that. I don't even think these guys have really done anything but like take out a couple of shock cav units that have already seen action, so pretty weak. So it looks like actually the horse archers are going to get back, but that's about it. Enemy gates are destroyed, and it looks like, yeah, look at this. The Teutonic Order are now over the walls. They are in. I wouldn't say their infantry is anything to be desired. Like the Schwertbrüder here, probably their best swords, and they're still not that great, to be honest. They're still not that great. We've got Guardbirder Axemen, which is going to be a real pain for the Teutonic Order to try and get through. They're probably some of the best early period shock infantry around, and you can bring like multiple units of them. So definitely worth bringing. I've been using my Prussian archers right now to focus them down, which looks like they're doing. They're shooting the ones in reserve, but I've been trying to shoot the one that's like right at the front lines now. Looks like it's about to be sent in. We have also got shock infantry coming over the wall here for the Teutonic Order. They have their own shock. It's Fuschneck Axemen. I think they're only medium shock compared to like Guardbirder Axemen being heavy. Yeah. That is the case. So yeah, again, another Guardbirder Axeman going here. It's just kind of probably been thrown in there to kind of hold the line. These Bogateri maybe? I don't know. That's probably how you say Bogateri. If they break, we'll see though. And another good like unit that Kiev has is heavy Smurds infantry. The Eel Spearmen. These guys are heavy spear unit, which is a very handy thing to have in tier 1, which not a lot of factions have, to be honest. But yeah, it looks like the Teutonic Order are now landing across the line now. I mean, well, slowly. I think they've been a little bit delayed over here by the sally out, so they might take a little bit longer. And if anything, to be honest, that's probably what this player here should have done. They should have waited for their teammates to be ready, because they're kind of technically going in on their own. I mean, their ally is just about to arrive. Yeah, they're going in on their own, really, and they could just get taken out. They could, the defenders could shift over a lot of resources here, kill him, and then shift the resources back to the other areas when the other armies start to land. But we'll see. Not going to lie though, this wall is stacked with infantry. Stacked. And there you go, Samlander's sword's already starting to waver and break. That's the effect that the Guardbirder Axemen have. I also think it's not like being held that they're being shot by fire ammo from the archer towers, which is actually doing morale damage. And that's actually like a really small and annoying thing that's just, yeah, it's kind of a pain. Got a general over here that's come forward. They have broken through with the Teutonics. They have broken some of these heavy smurred spears. We're now going to see the Guardbirder Axemen go in. They're going to clash with the Schwertbrüder down here.
Enemy units have been rallied.
These swords. And I think they might be able to push them back. I mean, the Guardbirder Axemen are pretty weak, but these Schwertbrüder aren't that great at all. But they're technically heavy melee infantry. Wow. Maybe they got a buff. I never remember being heavy melee infantry. Certainly don't look it. They look medium at best. Samlander's certainly a mediums. They're pretty terrible. Yeah, looks like the Guardbirder Axemen are going to get routed. I think this is through the archers more than anything. But yeah, this area over here actually is looking pretty good for the Teutonics. They just need to get some more infantry up now to try and back that assault. They've got a Fuschneck spear here that's coming up, but they could do with a bit more. But that's all their infantry. That is wow. Their army was not that great, or not that large. I guess the majority of their army kind of was poured into those cavalry units, the Ritterbruder. Yeah, it looks like they're going to sort of get across. I mean, to be honest, Kiev's not got great amount left either to hold him back, but he has got enough, I'd say. The dismounted Jazina are coming forward as well, so he's got the expensive stuff still to go in. And we're also going to see a charge here from General into the side of the shock, and that is going to do a decent amount of damage.
They're going to throw down their weapons and are fleeing.
They'll start to slice and dice their way through those shock infantry, I imagine, pretty easily. The Nazgard there will. Sounds like Nazgul almost. But yeah, that's not a good sign. That's the shock infantry gone. The archers and crossbows over here, they're still doing their bit. Trying to even up the playing field, but how easily a job that is, I do not know. Like I said, really, they should have waited for their teammates to also land. Because they're still not even here. And that, honestly, is going to be possibly the reason why the Teutonics lose. If they do lose. If they lose. I don't know, it's still very much up in the air. Balance powers are definitely in their favor. That's because of Cav, I think. And there's only a 200-man difference. Something like that, I think. Yeah, 7,300 against 7,200. So even less than 100 man difference. Got Smurd infantry here, though, fighting off against the Schwerbrüder. This is not a fair fight for the Kievan Rus. It also looks like they're going to rush through the gate of the Teutonic border, which is never a good idea. I feel like, even though if it's a levy spear, like look at the oil damage that's been done there. That's ridiculous. And then you get shot by towers anyway. Oh, they made a breach though. They've made a breach, and now we've got a mounted sergeant inside. This could be huge though. If they can get their cav in like this, which they're doing, just absolutely steamroll the infantry. Try and like they need to like keep the breach open. They need to keep this like breach alive. Because if they put a spear into that breach, that instantly kills it off. But yeah, if they can like use that breach and like get the cav in and just keep like rampaging around, they could do a lot of damage there. Like they have a lot of cavs still alive, and they could do a lot of damage. I mean, once they get to the top tier up here, not so much. But if they can run down a lot of these troops down here with the cavalry, they've got a good chance of victory. We'll see. Spears and sergeants, mounted sergeants going in now, which is good to see. And we're seeing shock also land on that wall. And it looks like, yeah, the Spear's going to try and retreat. We're going to see a bit of a withdrawal here from this Kievan player. I would be using this mounted sergeant. I'd be going to run into that, yeah, guard birder axe. Run into these guys and flatten them. I think he's going to do exactly that. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. And that guard birder axeman is going to take some significant damage here. I mean, it's not a, like, it's a medium shock cav. It's not as good as heavy, but it still does some decent damage. Actually, they killed, like, 6 guys. Actually, a lot less than I thought, but we are going to see a rear charge into the back of these Smurd Spears over here. Another cav unit coming in as well as Sarian Bruder. They're going to just charge and harass these Trusina here, yeah. Yes, if you want to send in some of your own replays to feature on the channel, if you like Pope, I've got some amazing 1212 AD battles, or just any Total War battles that you think this is YouTube worthy. Feel free to send it into my Discord, the link is down below in the description. And even if you don't have any replays to send in, but you want to get involved in some 1212 actions, you're like, I'm struggling to find games, then feel free to join my Discord. You're more than welcome to get involved in some battles there. We often do quite a few scenarios and custom battles there on the channel. Yeah, it looks like the Cavs sort of like, you know, running out of momentum. But they've done their bit. They've done their bit. They're kind of, you know... Oh, artillery coming in, though. Artillery is coming in. Fushneck's axes here. If they can take over from the Cav, they can do a lot of damage to these spears here. The spear Bottateri, or how Bogateri. They're starting to just mess up the Cav here. If it's a man in black and white, kill him. He's a damn crusader. Yeah, there you go. The Cav's broken. I don't know why they don't get more cav in and try and kill off these generals, because they are shifting over and they're going to try and go for a rear charge, I think, onto this shock here. Really, they want to get this mounted sergeant out, and they want to try and like block any sort of attempt there. Even if they do lose the sergeants, they've got plenty of spears that can come in and back that up. To be honest, because otherwise this charge here is going to end any sort of like expedition into the settlement here. But there we go, rear charge from the Russians, and in they go. Yes, Kievan Rus doing proud, doing their Russian people proud. Bushneck Axeman there, they're pretty dead, and this is exactly what I said they needed to happen. Mounted sergeants need to get in there. I mean, the spears and owls can be able to get in. I guess they might be able to trap this one. There's a second general actually being committed as well, I just had to say. So he's getting a little bit more messy now. General is trying to pull out. He's losing a decent amount of troops. You can see a secondary charge here from another general into spears. That's equally not bad. Well, actually, it was a pretty good charge. Levy Spears are going to break, and also they're going to get the mounted sergeants. They actually might come out of this one looking all right, the Kievan Rus. Yeah, the Nazgard here are actually killing things off. And we've got jabbies from the wall as well. Brutal. They're just jabbing down into those Fushnik Axemen. If they didn't need already more issues, they've got one there. But yes, let's have a look, see what's happening on the other side. Timelander Swords landing here. They're taking on a Spear Potatieri. Fogatieri. That's still like a tongue twister. I'll never get my tongue around, I guess.
Men are broken and are fleeing.
But yeah, that's kind of happening. They're not really breaking through there just yet. Well, actually, this is a bit of a gap. There's a spear unit that's landed here, and there's some Javies to hold them back, which have no ammo now. So yeah, that actually could be an issue. And again, I don't know why the Teutonic Order are insistent on... Actually, I think the Rus have sallied out. They're fighting, they're fighting for... What is going on? So they're in the gate, fighting. But they've also sallied... I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what's happened here. Something messy, by the looks of it. Something very messy is happening. But a huge breakage is now taking place here. Look at this. A lot of troops breaking on both sides here, actually. We've got Teutonic Order troops starting to break, but also a lot of these Smurd infantry, which is pretty trash, to be honest. So it's not huge. But yeah, certainly it feels like the Kiev have pushed back this sort of offensive here that has been made. There's an arch unit, though, that's very, very close. I was going to say that's just baiting the Grandmaster Bodyguard to come in and just take that out. That's a nice, easy one. I mean, if you're going to just send Rus archers right in front of heavy cav, just asking to be killed. Really need to back that up with infantry. Like, that general is just in there on his own, really. I mean, they've got a lot of cav here, not a lot of infantry. And yeah, look at this. This player over here, he's been defeated, been pushed back. Been a bit of a sally out, but that's it. Yeah, he's run out of infantry, so now he's bringing over his archers and his crossbows. And he's going to have to use those to help contribute and help his teammates go in. And that's why you don't go in on your own, ladies and gentlemen. You end up just getting isolated and killed. Like now, like because the Teutonic Order are having a little bit more success because they're attacking sort of together. They're all in now. While that player on his own was just getting isolated and killed off, really. They've captured a gate. Oh, they've recaptured this one. Okay, congrats, guys. Oh, okay, maybe not all the Teutonic Order have attacked yet because this one is still not moved in. My gosh, and they're going up this way as well. This is probably the worst way they can choose. Because they can mount archers on this wall here. Just shooting to the side of these shock infantry and everything else down here. But that's never a good sign when shock infantry is losing to spears. It's literally what they're designed to kill. But I think they're losing because of archer towers. Probably have also been shot by archers. But yeah. This is not a great move here by the Teutonic Order. They should not have come in this way. And these are the Smurd infantry, or Smurd spears as well. They're not even the good ones. I mean, to be honest, the shock infantry as well for like early period shock infantry, at least for Teutonic Order, is nothing to be desired. At least that one isn't. I don't know if they have a dismounted Risterbruder, sort of like the tier 1. I can't even remember, like a better shock. I can't remember if they do. Anyway, here though, you can see, look at the massive infantry they got thrown into here. This was like a problem area earlier. I was saying they had one Javi blocking it. Now they have plenty here. Plenty to stop any sort of reassault taking place here. But this is looking very promising here for the Teutonic Order. This is looking like the biggest place, the likeliest place they're going to push. I don't know why the general's still in here, but he is. He's battling off against another general as well. The Teutonic Knights are going to keep hacking and slashing. Magazine is starting to win though. I think it's because this Cav's been in combat for far too long. He needs to get out of that. Or it gets a secondary charge from another unit. Like, I mean, the spears in here. Actually, I think what's doing the damage really. But yeah, the general here just came slamming on in, do a serious amount of damage as well. What else we got here? Brabazonian cavalry's light caps are not that great. I don't remember these guys ever being lights, but maybe I'm just wrong. They have been. Ritterbrud here smashing its way through. You can do some hammer and anvils and some other units here. They also need to try and block off this slope so the Rus can't get back. It looks like that might be the job of the Brabazonian cavalry. It looks like the Ritterbrud is getting the job of killing all the infantry in the back here. In they go. And there you go, with that charge, it routes like 3 units, and the Garbirder Axemen, they'll be going soon. The Rus Jabbies here, sorry, they're coming in to try and help out, but I don't know if they will. I don't know what this Brabazonian cavalry is doing. It needs to just stay in this choke point, just stay there. I mean, I can see why it's shooting. It's scared of the spears, but they've got to try and trap stuff outside the settlement. Well, like outside the final tier, because if they get troops back here, it's going to be impregnable. Or like a significant amount of troops anyway. This general is in real trouble. I don't know why he's still in here. Is he too scared now to take him out? In fairness, I would be at 35 men. I think you've got to do it. It's a now or never. I mean, the thing is, they have nothing to send in. It's just all cavalry here. I don't know where the well, the Teutonic Order infantry is just all dead, I think, is what's happening, because it is inferior to Kievan infantry. The cav is where they're really good. And it's the cav that's pushing them forward here. I mean, there's 4,400 against 4,600. The defenders actually outnumber the attackers. Not a good sign. A lot of the infantry stuck over here as well, which is really where the cavalry could do a breaking through. Unlock all this infantry. The Schwertbruder and spears and all the units here, they're just clogged up. But I think that's what the Rus player was trying to block off. You can see here, yeah, he's got spear Botagiri, and they're just trying to just stand their ground. We've also got Smur's infantry as well. Ritterbrud might need to retreat if he wants to stay alive. General here also doing a decent charge in Smurd infantry. They're still like routing stuff, but not like enough at this point. They need to get more cav in. They're just going to try and bounce off stuff. I mean, if they charge these spears while they're charging them, they'll do a lot of damage. That is facts. So that's a bit of a mistake there by the player. He needs to like just march forward and shield wall. He'll get him. He'll be fine. I think that's, yeah. You see the Teutonic Order player. He's realised.
Allies general has fallen.
I don't know if he's getting a great charge though. It was actually okay. It was actually okay. Yeah, that's gonna kill off a lot. There you go. Yeah, that general's dead. So yeah, that's the first general dead. 23. Wow, that is unlucky. I don't know if his army was actually still alive or whether it all died on this wall, which is why he was like, oh, screw it, I'll take it and send it in. There you go, though. A general for the Rus has died, though. He's just been sent in. He's also now trying to pull through. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Don't know whether he has any troops left either. It might not make a difference. Probably not, since this general is just sitting back. So I imagine most of these troops are his here. But we'll see. We will see. It could make a bit of a difference. There are a lot of troops now routing over here, which is huge because the Ritterbrud is cleaning up actually quite nicely. Is he going to come down to cav and archers for the Teutonic Order at this rate? Might do, you know. It really might. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, yeah, the Teutonics are basically breaking on through. Well, slowly, but it does look like this general here might be in trouble. I think he might already have died. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. Got crossbows over here, Livonian auxiliary crossbows have been left out in the open. They're going to get charged by spears. It's pretty poor there from the Teutonics, allowing them to break so easily. But yeah, certainly an issue for the Teutonics right now is the lack of infantry. Lack of infantry just being able to push these choke points. And we've got Trebuchet crew right now engaged over here. Never a good sign when you see the catapult crew going in. They're taking on some, looks like some Smurd spearmen, yeah. That'll be an easy fight for them, that's for sure. Yeah, it just really is cavalry, and as you can see now, look, this player is already withdrawing. They've already been in multiple places already. They fought over here, and their own initial like choke point. Now they fought over here in this choke point, or in these choke points, and now they're pulling out and they're going to move on. And it looks like obviously the next move is to go over here, where they're obviously been a failed assault as well, and not much they can do. They've got the Volgiers and spears and stuff waiting, but they're not going to send the Volgiers over, that's for sure. Not yet anyway, but yeah, as you can see here as well, look at this choke point. I mean, we have 5 units of Teutonic units in here. They need to make sure they don't pull through. You do not want to be doing that, but they are being held up by just 2 weak, like, smurred infantry units, and like smurred infantry and smurred spears. These are not good units. They should really break through. They are starting to waver a little bit and lose. They're going to need some reinforcements fairly soon. There are some swords waiting here. We've got some Bogateri here. They're waiting. And looks also like some more Bogateri as well being shifted in that direction as well. So they'll be able to hold the line potentially there. We have obviously got the Cav. I don't know what the Cav's doing. It's just running around baiting archers or something. I'm not really sure. This just never should have been an attack point, really. Like, this player should have been over here helping his ally, or helping his allies here. They should have sent like maybe a small force over here just to keep like troops occupied. Maybe just like even like at the Cav here, just so that they could have maybe rushed up, cause a bit of panic for the Rooks units there. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a strange one. But yeah, as you can see here, failed assault by the Teutonics on this front. It really looked like they could break through as well with the breach point open. They could have rushed it, but I feel like it kind of got broken down once this fight over here, the Cav fight with the 2 generals, just didn't go in their favor. If they managed to kill those 2 generals, there would have been a lot of morale damage being done, and also it would have meant that they were able to break through and go that way, and go to support their attack there if they wanted to.
Enemy units have been rallied.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. The Teutonics now, I mean, balance power is like dead even. There's about 300 man difference in it. Definitely is still turnable around. It's not over. I mean, the Teutonics don't have much in the way of ammo left, but they have some. Actually, well, these units are full ammo, actually, these Brabazonian crossbows. So they could definitely got some decent ammo left. They're using their ammo right now to focus down these spears, which is good. It's good use of ammunition. That might break pretty soon. But yeah, you want to try and shoot things like generals as well. There's still 2 healthy generals, also these guard birder axemen here. And look at this, there's a breakthrough going on here. Cav has been mobilized, trying to get around the sides of these engagements here. Failing at the moment, but you never know. They might be able to still break through. Yeah, you can see the Kievan players trying to throw in everything they have, throwing in generals and random spears, and got shock infantry come up as well. Yeah, some like weak spears being sent up there, breaking, it looks like. There are units starting to break though for the Teutonics. I mean, you can see they're moving the archers down. I mean, we've got like the Cuman archers here, which have been in the fight since the very beginning of this fight. They're still using their ammunition, still trying to break stuff. We actually have Botageri here that are like trying to flank around, trying to surround these cavalry units here, which is detrimental for this fight. That these knights surrounded could potentially die here. But I think, yeah, luckily the encirclement's been broken just about. We've got Javis coming up now, Prussian raiders. Very good units to try and kill those generals. Those generals would fall pretty quickly if they get a Javi volley to the face. So yeah, definitely a very good unit to be bringing up. They've got 2 units of them. The only problem is that they do have very poor missile block. They could just get like gunned down. They'll have to see how that goes. Over here as well, another assault being made. The Fushnek spears, they're coming up. They're going to try something here. Looks like they're going to get rear charged by the Cav here though. The generals being used very, very effectively in the defense of the city. It's a shame because it's a good strategy really to send up spears first over the wall in a siege battle, because if there is cavalry waiting, like the cavalry's not going to charge the spears. So the spear can often make a bridgehead, but just in this case it didn't really work because, well, they were getting beat by swords, but also they got a rear charge, so the spear broke pretty quickly. It's always a good tactic. I feel like in a siege, bringing a couple of spears is always kind of worthwhile for that reason. Not a good sign here that the Javis are kind of getting engaged. Prussian raiders are going to die pretty quickly, especially to guard birder axemen. These guys with their big old axes, they're just going to slice and dice with those javelin men. We're not trained in the art of hand-to-hand combat. They're used to just throwing javelins at range and doing that. That's about it. That's all they're trained to do, actually. Not a great skill. But yeah, there you go. They're starting to waver and they're going. And the general here is also starting to waver and break, and he is gone as well. So I think that leaves just the 2 generals. There is another general rushing through the breach point here. You need to be careful with him, though. Coming through that gate, I think they hold it, so oil shouldn't be an issue. But he's going to run into spears potentially here.
Good
I like how this cavalryman here is like deep in enemy lines. Oh, and I think that was his. Actually the general there. That was the general is falling. He ran through the back of spears and just got killed. So that actually now means there's just the one Teutonic general left, and that's detrimental because this. Actually, this play doesn't really have too much of it. He has archers, but that is it. He has a cav unit here as well, which actually could be quite useful. A Ritterbrut of 53 men, yeah, that actually could be quite useful. Man's power, I'd say, is maybe slightly shifted in favor of the defenders. They now have a 600-man disadvantage to the attackers. TEUTONIC Order have got to somehow turn that around, but I don't know if they will be able to easily. There are a lot of archers left, though, granted, for the defenders. The Kievan Rus do have a lot of archers. They're not that great in a melee fight, that's for sure. And we have Shock now coming up. Where were these guys earlier? To counter the Guard Builder Axemen. They really needed those then. Now they send them in now against the defenders. There's some Bogateri there. They're going to take these guys on. Yeah, they're going to get focused down and killed by the looks of it. Already lost 50 troops. I think the other, yeah, it looks like already one Fushnik's axeman breaking. I mean, that happens when you lose your general as well. That's the problem. These guys are going to break super quick. Yeah, already breaking there. You go like 75 men, maybe a bit higher than that. But a breakthrough going on over here. We're going to see a charge by some spears, onto some spears actually, sorry. Ritterbrut there. Looks like one of the generals broke for the Kievan players though. 7 out of 80 left. That could be huge. If that general's got some troops left, that could be major. So the Merc Spear, they're just being absolutely annihilated by the Ritterbrut. That was nice to see. It's a really good charge. That's why you don't set up light spears against heavy cav. Even light spears are not going to stop the cav. So you're going to need a bit more than that. We've got more breaking going on. Rus Javelin being broken by the Bulgars. Are they going to have a little bit of a push here? And they're beating... looks like Bogateri here, which is good to see. I mean, the polearms are kind of important to the Teutonic Order. I don't think the Kievan Rus has any access to any sort of polearms. They certainly don't have any today. I haven't seen any. Yes, that could be a win. You never know. They can keep these guys alive, but they're getting a bit too close to archers. Like, there's a lot of archers over here in this general area. These Bulgars are a perfect target for them. Very little missile block. Yeah, that's definitely not the place you want to be keeping them. I'd certainly be trying to get this Ritterbrut and trying to get some hammer and anvils onto these swords over here, potentially, or the archers here. Just try and do something to help support your team. So the Bulgars can also just try and go through this gap. 140, 148 of them on now, but then that'll probably start to drop. I think they're just obviously going to be a prime target. They are running out of ammo at the Kievan Rus, so they need to just pray to the Teutonic Order that they run out of ammo before they run out of Bulgars.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Still some archers over here as well. Oh, I was about to say, there's still some archers here, but they've also routed. So they are gone. I think maybe one of the generals might have re-rallied. No, that's entirely different one. But that is also a very unhealthy general. Try and shoot that guy down. Brabazonian crossbows here. They're waiting patiently. They can't even see anything, but they're shooting blindly into the city. It's a bit dangerous. You can just kill a whole bunch of your own troops. Cav there has helped break some swords. That's huge. Sending in some more swords now. This amount of Drazina being sent in. The Bulgars are starting to lose, but they are doing some damage. Look at that volley, absolutely annihilating the Bulgars there. That is brutal. I think that's actually routed those guys. Yeah, that's a one less polearm for them to use. And now we have Ritterbrut over here. They're going to go for a charge on the spear Bogateri here. Yeah, they are. It's a brave move, I won't lie. I mean, I know they broke through the Smurd Spears, but that was Smurd Spears. This is a much more armored and well-trained unit. And yeah, I think they are winning at the moment. They are killing. So we're now going to have Cav come up to back the spears up, and yeah, they're now evened out. And now the Cav starts to lose as they get charged by one of the generals here. Don't know if that was a smart move, the Ritterbrut, really. Yeah, I think that was probably not the best of moves. Got more spears actually joining, more smurred spears. That was the unit they needed to charge, really. We actually have a sally out. I think this unit just rallied outside the wall. Unfortunately,
Our
it's going to
men
get
flee the field
mowed
of
down
battle.
by the
This is a
Grandmaster's
shameful
bodyguard here.
display.
Poor guys. I actually don't think they were interested at all. And it looks like the other Volgair is starting to waver and get shot to pieces as well. Looks like Kiev just had about enough ammo. Like, all these units are on slivers amount of ammunition left. It's just enough that they save for these Volgairs here. And it doesn't look like they're going to break through. It looks like the attack's faltering now for the Teutonics on this front here. It's not much left in it, though. There's 1,000 against 1,500. There you go. Looks like those Garbirder Axemen, even though they're losing, they're still doing the damage. They're still cutting through these Sandlanders. Rabazonian crossbows need to not make sure they're not stood on top of each other. That's probably affecting their shots as well. They are breaking stuff. Rus Hunter's breaking down here. They are breaking the Prussian archers. Samlanders are holding on, but I don't know for how long. Especially now that the general over here is engaged. He's probably going to get shot up quite a bit here. He's also losing because of the smurred spears in there. Yeah, this final Grandmaster, I think, is going to be killed here fairly shortly. They do look badass, they do, the Teutonics. I can see why they're a fan favorite. If you want to see more of these like Teutonic twin battles, I've done a few historical ones. I think we've had like the Battle of the Frozen Lake, and we've done I think another one as well over the time. But also there's plenty of videos with like Kiev and Rus, and also the Teutonics like battling each other. It's, like Kiev is just a pretty good way to compare like to Novgorod. Really, they're similar in some ways, but also not in others. But yeah, it's a really cool matchup. Always fun to see. Yeah, if you want to see more, like I said, more Teutonic action, then I'll leave some like videos at the end of the end screen, and you can just go and check those ones out next, because they're also pretty fun. There you go. I think that's the Grandmaster. Might be dead there. I don't know if he's actually dead, or if, yeah, it's like a mass rout, as everything just dies. I think that was in that final sort of choke point there. And yeah, even the Cuman archers that were been in the very fight since the very beginning, harassing outside in that sally out, they're now in the combat. Like, it's meleeing in there. I respect that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it looks like we'll just fast forward now as we wait for these crossbows to get sallied out on. I presume either that or they're just going to shoot them. I would imagine one or the other general has died for this army. So yeah, it was a close one. I think a big major mistake. They have 200 men left against 1,100. So yeah, about 1,100 left is probably going to be what it is. I think the big mistake was that after the sally out, or like while the sally out happened, some of the players continued their attack when really they should have awaited, because the Teutonic Order all kind of attacked at different points. Well, not like literally, like geographically, but like this army attacked first, then it was the next one, it was over here, the next attack, and then the final attack came kind of over here. This one did kind of overlap a little bit better with this one, but they should have all attacked at once, because then Kiev would have been a bit more stretched. Micro is a little bit tougher, I always feel, and you can't focus resources in one area so well, which I feel like they kind of did. I also feel like this attack down here should not have happened. This is just not on. Too many Teutonic troops died here. Like I said, 1 or 2 units here just to tie down the Rus, and the rest really should have like helped in this long wall assault here, which is surely the easiest way to break in, I would have thought. But yeah, looks like we're just going to wait for these guys to just get shot up, and they routed like that. And there you go, a valiant defeat for the Teutonic Order. And we'll have a quick look at the end results. This was sent in by Bulk, so thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. It's very much appreciated. He got 329 kills with this general. I think he was the one that went in first, and he also had most of the Ritter Bruder, it seems. So yeah, he's like, archers did pretty well. 251 kills, 258. Crossbows, 286 kills. His Cav, 286 as well. And then his other one here getting 458 kills. And we have famous Austrian playing as the second Teutonic army. 176 kills with his general. His swords getting 268 kills. Very, very nice. Crossbows 222. And then his cav, yeah, kind of really struggled because he had a lot weaker cav in this one. Then we have Dazube playing as the third Teutonic army, 202 kills. He's got 116 kills with his Vulgaires. One of his swords, oh no, one of his spears, sorry, got 202 kills. That's very, very good. And then a Sandlander over here getting 167. Crossbows getting 189 kills. And then his Cav getting 118 kills. Then we have Donald Trump playing as the final Teutonic army. I think he kind of struggled really. He had a tough job going up that slope, I think, and he had a lot of a lot of range. But 107 kills for his Javies here. His general getting 90 kills, and one of his mounted sergeants getting 80 kills. Then we have Digital Texas playing as a Kievan army, 241 kills with the general here, 233 with the Guard Birder Axeman, 59 kills, sorry, with these Bogateri, which I'm pretty sure I've butchered the name multiple times. Then we have Rus Hunters with 130 kills, 109. Maybe I shouldn't underestimate these guys. They're not that good, I didn't think, but they seem to rack up the kills. Then we have Ike playing as the second Kiev army, 156 kills here. Guard Birder Axeman with 250 kills, 311 with another one there. Very, very nice. Then he's got his dismounted Drazina, 113 kills. And then we've got Misclicking Orc playing as the third Kiev army, 104 kills with his general, 181 with the Bogateri. His Drazina getting 161, 224 with the Rus Hunters, 108 with the Rus Javies. And we have Von Stein playing as the final Kievan army, 257 kills with his Naz guard here. 120 with the Smurs is not bad. His Spear Bogateri getting 119 kills. His Archers, 194 kills, 182 kills. Javies, 113 kills. And then his Cumans, which were alive the entire battle. Respect to them, 127 kills. There you go, guys. That is today's siege battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. It seems that the Teutonic Order's assault on Novgorod has failed, and they are going to be pushed back now to their own lands, and maybe Novgorod will make a counterattack. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.